Welcome back to another mock draft, but specifically the first one I'm doing of this year. I'm joined again by my good friend Michael Visenberg. His links will be in the description. Mikey, say hi.
How's it going, everybody? Thanks for having me back, Cyro.
As always, it's actually more of a pleasure to have you on here. And today we're using the Pro Football Network NBA mock draft simulator, which is because it's July 16th, for some reason, none of the other popular pages have updated their mocks. And we're doing more of a big board. I think Mikey said it best when we were discussing before we went live that we're not going to be going off said team needs, and they're going to do a kind of a random drawing of the lottery. So we're also going to go more of a big board style, similar to how I did my first aggregate mock draft for Hoops Hype. And Mikey, what do you think about that? Just I feel like that's the best way to approach it, and you were the one who suggested it.
Yeah, well, I feel through years of doing mock drafts and being around the NBA draft, that first one that you do, it's probably best just to have not really take team need into account. Usually, when you would do your first mock draft, like free agency and everything wouldn't be over, which it's still not fully complete even to this point. So it's just a good idea to have the general names of the players that you kind of think are going to go high that next year, rather than take predict the future with where teams are going to finish and what team need is really going to be.
I agree with that, and I just showed the Tankathon top 30, which to give people an idea. So the way that this works right here is we're gonna enter the draft, and what you're gonna see is the lottery results was like that. It's actually kind of cool how they did it. I'm actually
Oh, go
impressed by.
Raps!
Yeah. So shout out Pro Football Network for actually having this like interactive or and like basically I think the
Incredible.
best user interface out of all the mocks so far. I mean, Fanspo's pretty good, but like right now how this looks, it doesn't look bad.
Yeah.
All right. I personally think the number one pick in this draft, and this might be ostentatious, but I'm enthralled by this guy, and not just because Rock Chalk Jayhawk, baby, that my alma mater, but I think Darryn Peterson might be better than Cooper Flag. I not gonna say he's generational, but the way he approaches the game, he's he's on carries himself way older than he is. He's stoic, cerebral, just all the things you want from a 6'5", 6'6" guard who can play the three, can play the two, can play the one, and defend all those positions. I think he's the undisputed number one pick going into the season and probably throughout it. Your thoughts, Mikey? Darryn
Now,
Peterson.
I'm not going to say he's undisputed, but I will say that he's my favorite to go number one. And I agree with so many of the things you just said there. Yeah, I just think that he brings so much to the table. Like, he has a ton of ability on offense. He can handle the ball. He's a really good shooter. Can get to the basket. Has like all the measurements you're looking for, also in a guard. And if there was one guy who you would think like you could run an offense through out of the top three guys, who I think will probably have going 1, 2, 3, he would be the guy. Plus, he's a tremendous defender. Like, his instincts on that end of the court are well documented. Yeah, I think Kansas got a fantastic player, and but I think it's going to be a discussion, Ciro. Like, I think it will be a discussion. I know your feelings on Cooper Flag are very different than many, but we'll leave that out of this one. But he could be like, there's a chance that like he could end up being considered a better prospect than Cooper Flag, or at least on that level.
Okay, and by the way, my only thing with Cooper Flag is I just believe because he is the white, not white. It's not because he's white. I hate to say that. I think he has been. I think he's going to be a great player. I think he has a chance to be an all-star and all-NBA player. I just think certain people have put him on a pedestal that I think expectations are higher than they should be for him. That's all I've said. And I think there's
no, that's not all you said. That's not all you said.
behind the scenes, I've said
That's not all you said.
I question his ball handling and his shot creation. Yes, I do. I question his ball
His
handling and
offensive
shot.
ability in general is what you say. But yeah, I mean, the thing with Cooper Flagg is you could point out him being white or whatever.
Yeah,
he was the youngest. If he wasn't the youngest player in the draft, he was the second. Like, wasn't he in the Senge? I think it was like.
Yeah, I think it's something along that line. Yes.
But yeah, he was incredibly young. He won College Player of the Year. He was probably the best player in college basketball, I think.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
He has a lot going for him, and he's also like ridiculously agile, a fantastic defender. Like, yeah. And I think on offense, like the growth that he showed this past year was pretty impressive. Now, the thing that I guess the major drawback with him is like, you probably don't want him running your offense and like a team running through him, like him being a primary ball handler. But I think he at least has like some of those abilities that you can kind of build on. So yeah, a reason. There certainly was a reason why he was considered the prospect he was.
No, and I agree with everything you said. I just think he is more of a 4 than a 3, and I think if you watch Summer League, he did play, how I've said before, a lot more demonstrative than someone who is a more natural wing player. He is a pure forward, and I think his best position will be the 4, not the 3. And right now, he's going to be put maybe in a square peg as a, like, even though he's a round peg or whatever you want to say.
Yeah, that was very well said. Yeah. But no, he. The one last thing I'll say is in high school he whipped all these guys.
So moving here, AJ Dybantsa is 2. The reason why I have AJ first off.
Oh, so you have AJ Dybantsa too. Okay.
So the reason why is I like Cam Boozer. I actually like probably Cam Boozer more. If I was drafting, I would have Cam, but I'm trying to put myself in.
So we're trying to predict where the actual order is going to fall.
Yes. Like I'm trying to like predict like how a front office is going to evaluate, and I think front offices.
He could go 1. Like it's certainly possible. Like yeah, that's the thing with these 3 guys. Like I'd say Cam right now in the general public like is probably favored to go 3. But yeah, I love Cam Boozer. Like that's who I would have number 2 right now.
Can I say why I think the reason what holds him back from being a 2?
Okay.
Tweener. He's too much. Is he a 4 or is he a 5? We talked about it, and I really loved when we talked. You gave me the whole Kevin Love approach and how he plays offense, and I really see that. And I think he's a 4 who can play small ball 5.
Yeah.
But
I don't think it's as much of a concern as you would think.
You think? You don't think?
Yeah. Oh yeah, like skill set wise, like.
No. From a size approach. We're talking physical profile. What people are looking at, because he's a 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan is what we're gonna match. 240 or 250.
But yeah, what's up?
250 now, right? They list him at 245.
He's
250. So he's got a great body.
He's around there at least, yeah.
So
the last measurements I had, he was 247. So yeah.
So the way that teams are being built right now, it just seems like they're really valuing these either swingmans or these combo forwards going at the top of the draft. Reese Shea, Cooper Flagg, you could argue before that.
But even Reese Shea, like I think that was more just who.
Yeah, I know, but I think teams are seeing
what Atlanta needed.
But how many of these championship teams in the last 10 years were built around a dominant big man besides the Nuggets?
I love how you threw that one out there. But I mean, the Lakers had Anthony Davis. He certainly played a pretty major
role. But in the bubble.
Oh, you're going there?
No, I actually don't. I actually think the bubble. No, I'm actually one of those people that I think the bubble's actually harder. But I will say,
I mean, Miami had Bam. Like it was gonna be a big guy either way.
That's true. Okay, Jimmy Butler was the best player on that team, by the way.
Jimmy Butler was the best player on that team, but Bam was certainly a part of that team.
Okay, the best player on the team was a big man besides Jokic.
Yeah, well, Nikola Jokic is very obvious.
The one, yeah, the obvious.
Yeah. I know a lot of people don't call Giannis a big man, but like certainly would be
Yes,
in
yes.
that.
I'll give you the big man on Giannis because
Yeah,
the way he was like literally the most dominant player I've ever seen since.
that block he
The,
had on Aiden too on the alley oop. Like what the hell, man?
yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I agree.
Yeah, like it happens, man, and it's just my pushback is like I would. Oh, what's up?
Oh no, I was gonna say go say your pushback because I have
Okay.
my pushback on what you've
Oh,
said about these.
no, for sure. But
My,
my pushback with Cam Boozer is like just having that level of efficiency, and I just think he just knows how to play the game. He's been incredibly efficient at every level. I think he's an underrated functional athlete as well. I what his instinct on defense, I think is absolutely slept on. You know, we just noted like when he was here for Les Schwab, and I think it's just been something that's he's consistently shown is the way that he closes out on his timing and ability to, you know, have an effect on closeouts for a guy his size is really impressive. Now he's not the classic rim protector or anything like that. But yeah, like I don't think he needs to be like pigeonholed into like being a 5. I think he's been really effective as a 5. And there's like, you know, going to be times where he could probably play the small ball 5, but yeah, like I think he's quite a scalable player.
so no,
Amazing
and I get
hands
that.
and rebounder as well, and a great outlet passer. Like, yeah,
I love his offense.
I wouldn't be surprised if he like his freshman year is equal to or better than Cooper Flagg's freshman year.
I personally do actually like Cam better of a prospect than Cooper. I just think Cam is someone functionally has more skill offensively in terms of being able to create, not just for himself, but as a ball handler. Like it's very hard to find guys who are 6'9", 6'10", who could grab a rebound, do an outlet pass to a guy, you know, running full court in transition and be able to hit that type of pass that like a point guard, or even put the ball and go coast to coast himself and even either dump it off to somebody that he sees at the last moment or finish it himself in ways that like someone who's 6'10", 250 at 17, 18 years old rarely do.
Yeah. Turns
now,
18 in 2 days.
Okay, exactly.
That's how crazy he is. Yeah.
Now,
like his resume at the high school level is unreal.
I love him as a power forward, and I think he's a true power forward who can play small ball 5. One thing I will say about all the big men that we mentioned earlier, they were physically unique. They were overwhelmingly bigger than other people. And I'm not saying Cam's a small guy.
He's not as big as Giannis or
Jokic. Yeah. And that's my one thing is like when we're talking about the best, even AD, like AD is bigger than Cam.
Yes.
And so that is the one thing I will push back when we were comparing him to all these is like those guys are
that's a really good
exceptionally huge people.
Yeah.
So with AJ though, I will say out of the top 3 guys, I think AJ is the most reliant on his physical traits than skill. Mm-hmm. And that is why I think AJ is a combo forward, a pure combo forward, while Darryn Peterson's more of a swingman and Cam is a pure 4 who can play small ball 5. I would never play him at the 3. Basically.
No, I mean Cam's a big, but he like more than enough size for a power forward, and I think like strength and just awareness to be able to play the 5, and be like a possible matchup problem there as well. With AJ Dybantsa, I think he's incredibly talented. He has great size as well for position. Even if he like is a guy you'd like him to, you know, gain strength to ideally play the 4 full time, but he's going to be a guy that plays the 4 for sure. Like if you need him to. Like his ability to play either forward spot, and then oh man, you're already like you're hitting these picks like well before we're even talking about it.
No, I want these. I just have our top 4 because that's literally the top 4 for us right here.
I would have liked to have a discussion about that. But
Okay, I can take him out. We can take him out. I thought we
can you? Can you?
Who?
Oh, you have that ability? Okay, good.
Probably.
But yeah, no. Let's discuss 4. We can discuss 4. But yeah, I think it still has him there though. Yeah.
Yeah, no. But what I'm
but yeah,
finish your Dybantsa. I was not trying to get you off there. I was just trying to get the board so then it was ready to get to the next point because I was agreeing with everything you were going to say about AJ.
Yeah. The thing with him that puts him behind these 2 players is I think efficiency, and they've both been incredibly efficient, and I think that's the thing I'm looking for from AJ is like, you know, he's this tough shot maker. He can handle the ball. He can pass. He can get to the basket. Can he do it at the level that people are expecting from him to like make a great offense around him, or like, you know, just build a winning team around AJ Dybantsa. Like that's what I'm looking for, and what I would hope this year, like in BYU, like just him having not only like the great counting stats, but also the efficiency to go along with it.
I 100% agree with that. I think the other thing is that like he sometimes just tries to overwhelm people with his athleticism or with his size, especially at the high school level, like where, you know, he has that ability to do that. So now, as you said, when he gets to the next level, will his handle be good enough that to create and dribble, penetrate, and get to the rim at the same way that he did in high school? Will he be able to do? And the thing with him, there's more questions. There's more phrases that go, will he be able to do it? Unlike when you look at Darryn and Cam, it's almost, we know he'll do it.
Yeah. And well, I think he also like, he fits this mold where you're like, okay, look at the positional size. He plays a position that, like, you know, you typically would build a championship team around. So I think people view that as him having maybe the greatest potential of any of these players. Whereas I think the functional skill that like a Peterson or Boozer has, that is where potential I think can really come about. And like, you know, for their ability to not only like, you know, be among the better scorers and defenders in the NBA at their position, but also do it at maybe a more efficient rate than a Dybantsa.
I agree, and it's almost the way that you watch their game, the phrase high feel, the instinctual nature that they play. They see the game differently than kids that are typically at their age, and we've talked about this before, especially the way that they carry themselves. It is very similar to past, you know, top prospects that end up becoming best players of their generations.
Mm-hmm. And I think the top 3 is like fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's go to 4.
It almost reminds me of like, you know, where you weren't sure necessarily what order like Paulo, Chet, and Jabari were going to go in. And like that could be this year as well. Like I wouldn't be surprised if we maybe had the order flipped, or like, you know, have Dybantsa, Peterson 1-2, or like Dybantsa could go ahead of Cam Boozer. But the way I have it right now, I would go Peterson, Boozer, Dybantsa.
All right. Now, I put Nate and Ment 4, and that seemed to have caused a stir with you.
So I think Michael Brown Jr. has a chance to go number 4. And I probably would have Nate and Ment number 4 as well right now, but I think there's at least a discussion, partly based on the fact that Michael probably should have won the MVP of the U19s. And I really talented lead guard. So yeah, it's not out of question that he could be the guy that goes right after the top 3 guys.
My pushback is he's 6'3", and I know that's like such a dumb thing to say.
It's not. It makes sense. But again, if you feel like this guy, there are still those guards who, if you feel like they can run your team and you can build an offense around them, and they're that high level, and Brown Jr. is looking like he could be one of those guys.
I agree, and if he does show that, then there wouldn't be a cause of concern. Now, I forget what the stat specifically was, but over the last several drafts, I think it's like only one guard in each of the last few lotteries was below 6'4" to go or something like that.
I believe
And
it.
and then
But,
if you look at the
like,
playoffs, both finals teams had no guards below 6'4", like playing besides TJ McConnell, like in the starting lineups, I think it was. And then even I think it was like legit starting lineups before obviously Tyrese Halliburton got injured, even though Tyrese got hurt in the last game.
Who was the guy giving Indiana work?
So
that was Jalen Brunson.
I know, but then they said in the conference finals, what they say in the conference finals, out of the 4 teams that were left, 3 out of the 4 teams had guys. But they were just saying, like, if you look at it, all the best teams, especially from a defensive standpoint, all the best defensive teams, I believe, have no players below 6'4" in their starting lineups. So
it doesn't.
You get what I'm saying? I don't care. I'm not trying to be like saying that, oh, he's short, you're short, and that you're not
size matter. Like,
yeah.
I'm the measurement, person that brings up measurements like more often than maybe anybody. But I just think talent matters as well. Skill matters as well. Building an offense around somebody matters as well. And if you feel that is maybe more valuable than, and Nate Ament, I think, is a great. Let's talk about Nate Ament just as a prospect as well.
Okay, so let me just the whole thing with Nate, is someone could. I said this before to you. I wrote it. I said someone could argue he could have the second highest ceiling in this class in terms of these 4 prospects. That Nate Ament, if he continues to grow, he might be a 6'11" movement shooter who could shoot from anywhere on the floor, who has the ability to put the ball on the deck. What everybody says when they see a 7-foot shooter, since Brandon Ingram, Kevin Durant, whatever you want to say, but we all know he's passive in nature. He falls into the background, and he's incredibly skinny. But he has all the intangibles in theory that make scouts salivate when they see a 7-foot forward like him. And that's why I think
McDonald's this year, be like, he's the guy. Like, Nate Ament's the guy. He's like, the look test, just looks like a basketball player. Passes that immediately. And he's probably the best shooter out of all 4 of these guys. If you're just talking
when he
about
shoots it
from long range. Yeah. But where I would worry, and where I think, Michael Brown could possibly go above him are those factors. The fact that he is somewhat passive. You kind of want to see it done on a more consistent basis against some of these top guys as well. And you wonder also the opportunity he could get Tennessee. And if that'll showcase, and be able to have him fight off maybe people who are also, looking at that number 4 spot. And I think Michael Brown Jr. is at least in the mix. And I would have him 5 right now.
I was gonna say I have him going 5, just because if I'm looking at this, if I'm at 4, I'm taking that swing on Nate Ament probably as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
Then Mikhail Brown. Obviously depends if I'm obviously in need of a point guard and I have already taken if I'm like the Utah Jazz, then I would take Brown at 4 because I've already taken Ace Bailey the year before and Cody Williams,
Mm-hmm.
And it wouldn't make sense to bring in a name, especially if we have Lowry and it could be. I think 4 is when it also starts to become maybe where teams might think about what their needs would be. So 5, I do have Brown being the best guard in this class, even though I do believe he is more of a Kobe White type of guard, if that makes sense, where he's more of a scoring 6'3", can create for others, but I think he's more of an offensive first-minded guy who's not going to really be a plus defender. He's not going to be a turnstile, but it's not like you're going to be like, oh, Michael. Is it Michael or Mikhail?
I thought it was Michael.
Michael Brown.
I've heard
Like
Michael, like, yeah, but I think it's Michael Brown.
Michael Brown, yeah, and he has very similar measurements to Kobe White as of right now.
He's a little longer wingspan, but regardless, the cool thing with him is he actually had like a kind of like a normal growth pattern through the years. So
Mhm.
like when he started off high school, he was really, really small, and then we just grew gradually through the years. Where now he's like I think around 6'4". He's still a skinny guy, but I just think really talented offensively, good shooter, and ability to get to the paint to create. Yeah, I think he's going to do big things at Louisville this year, and he had a great U19s. Yeah, that team like just one of the better U19 teams in a while, I think.
Yeah, no, they definitely did really well, and like you said, he should have won MVP. Now, Mikey, round out these next 5. How would you go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 if you were to do it? I'll let you know before you choose what I did.
I'm gonna be honest. There's a guy who's not on that list. I wonder where he is, but I might have him.
You want to hear what I have on Hoops Hype, what we did for the first one on the aggregate?
Yeah. Who do you have 6 at Hoops Hype?
Jaden Quinton.
Jaden Quintons.
Went
over, yeah.
I butchered his name. Jaden at Kentucky. Kareem Lopez. Chris Sinek, right?
Yeah. I think Sinak. Yeah, I don't know.
Sinak or Sinak. Sinak sounds more better. Sinak, Caleb Wilson, and Tunde.
I'm going over this. I'm looking at your list, and I don't see the guy that I would have like.
Who?
I think he's like a no-brainer lottery pick.
Who?
His name is Elijah Arenas. And
okay. I think so. Again, it's the aggregate. This is not what I like. Obviously, the ranking.
No, this is not your like.
So
list.
if you write if you go down to Elijah, I think a lot of people. I wrote this. He's recovering from the car accident, and I think people have him lower.
He's recovered.
I know, but like at the time I did this like a week or so ago. Read what I wrote.
Yeah.
I think specifically that I wrote basically it seems like he's lower ranking because like I guess like the off season stuff people were factoring in, but
the car. I mean, he was in a serious car crash, and
that's why he was ranked lower, and that's basically what I said. I said he does have the skill to be a lottery pick. High lottery, so still holds the potential to be a high lottery selection. I end that with the last sentence because I literally was like, "He should be." So, would you want to put him at 10 just so we have him there?
If you want to wait until then, I think you could go top 7, man. Like
really?
Go.
Give me the spiel. Sell him.
Oh yeah, for sure. 6'6", 7 foot wingspan.
I have him at 6'8".
What's up?
I think he's listed 6'8", bro.
He's not
6'7". 6'7" he's listed at.
They listed him at 6'7". Somewhere around there. He told me 6'7". I still think he's 6'6". Regardless, he's great size for like a 1 to 3. He's going to absolutely have the green light at USC as well. Like because throughout his high school career, he played on a 1A California team, so like he had to do everything and was the focal point. He makes scoring look so easy, and like 3-level dude, great pull-up game. I think defensively, like that was where he could kind of rest and just could dominate off physical tools. But I think he at least has things to build on there. Is he on the list or no?
No, but we're gonna use Jalen Bethea as a placeholder because Jalen Bethea is never gonna make
Jalen Bethea.
Bro, that guy lied. Bethea. Oh, Bethea was the name of Antonio Bethea. You remember the free safety for?
Yeah.
Same spelling. Yeah. But by the way, you went to
I use Amir Malouk rather than Jaleel Bethea. Like he's not like out of the picture as being a prospect.
Bro, he lied about his height. He said he's 6'3", bro. He might not even be 6'1".
Jaleel Bethea?
Dude, I've walked by him multiple times. He's not 6'3".
He's somewhere around there, dude.
Bro, he's like 6'1".
I've seen. That's like when you and I were standing on a curved street and I was taller than you. Like, yeah.
No, you're not. You're
You
not.
probably because of the street, Cyro.
Oh,
But yeah. That's what I was saying. You were like on a step, and you passed by Jaleel Mathea.
no, it wasn't like that.
But no, I have measurements on him too. Like, yeah,
Pull up his measurements.
he's
I'm kidding.
Oh gosh, yeah. Regardless, I think Elijah's very naturally talented and like just has so many things you'd look for in like an NBA guard, man. Like size wise, talent wise, he just the way he makes things look as easy as he does, like through a variety of levels.
What level? What do you want to put him? 6?
I'd put him 6.
Okay. So we're gonna put Mikey Williams as the guy, as the placeholder right there.
I like it.
Dude, has MJ Rice not signed with anybody?
How many years of college has he gone through?
I don't know. KU ruined.
Here's MJ Rice. Yeah, man. Like that one. I don't think he's.
I feel so bad for him.
Yeah. He was a really interesting like high school prospect.
5-star recruit.
When they had October minicamp in 2018, I think he like led October minicamp, like the youth group in scoring.
Oh yeah, he sat out. He redshirted this year. So MJ Rice, for anybody watching, is Elijah Arenas. So now give me 7, 8, and 9, 10. Where you go? Mine would be probably, man. I really like Dash Daniels, and I just think that's a position that's useful. I think Chris Sinak is just kind of like, I'm not fully convinced on him. Same thing with Jaden. I really like Caleb Wilson more than those two just because of his like physical traits and stuff like that.
So what traits in particular?
I think he's kind of like when his motor gets going, he's kind of like a bull in a china shop where he's just like athletic enough and just feels like he's able to tear down the rim.
Skill set wise, then you're talking.
Yeah, like
being able to get to the basket.
Yeah, get to the basket. But I think
physical traits wise, like Sinak and Jaden Quaintance are like crazy.
Oh, I know. But like Caleb Wilson, I think is able to mix his skill and his athleticism together.
You think his functionality?
Functionality. That's a great way to put it. Yeah, his functionality is way better than those two. Even though it's the motor is kind of sometimes the question with him and the consistency about it. I just think the potential is higher on him, especially.
Like Sinak and Quaintance. The thing I'll say with both of them is like they have center size.
Yes.
So that like, and
but they don't stand out.
I feel like Quaintance is probably, I don't know, man. Like the thing with him is that you just would like to see him become more of an offensive threat.
So who are your 4?
I was thinking, I don't know. Dash Daniels is actually that could be a good one as well. Just guard skills, like a lot of the same qualities I think his brother has as well. And you've seen his brother led the NBA in steals this past year, was like at least in the defensive player of the year conversation, and was an all defense player. So yeah, the funny part is a lot of people were saying Dash was going to be bigger than him, and he's definitely not. But
they're not far off in size though.
Not far off, and I think Dash may have like a little bit more kind of ball skills to his game too. Yeah, I think Sinak is just he's always been very intriguing to me.
So give me your 4.
You'd like to see him put it together on a more consistent basis. That's the thing. Like he had a very up and down year at Link Academy. But you almost wonder if like Houston's just a great spot for him too. Like they have such a good strength training program, and their guys usually they've done really good with player development. So I love that choice for him. Yeah.
So what are you doing? What are your 4? Give me 7, 8, 9, 10. How would you go?
7, 8, 9, 10. Right now I'll go Chris Snack Jr., Dash Daniels, Jaden Quaintance, and Caleb Wilson. Why not?
Jaden Quaintance, what would be the skill that you have him over Caleb Wilson, even though he's older?
His defensive ability. He and Caleb Wilson are like the same age.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah. Jaden Quaintance is like a week older than the Boozers.
And he's played a year ball already?
So he graduated high school, went to college, and wasn't eligible for the draft this year. So he's born in July 07. Yeah.
Wait, that's why
he's super young.
Whoa, I didn't know that. That's wild. That
Yeah,
actually makes me like Jaden
he
Quaintance
should have
more.
been graduating. You know when they say like guys, oh, they should have been graduating high school, but they're like really just went back into their original class. No, he's like a full class younger than everybody else.
So like he's even younger than
Maybe
Cooper.
You should have age as part of your Hoops Hype aggregate mock, Cyro.
No, we do have age in there. It just says freshman for them though. Like it's sophomore.
That's not age.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I'll
class.
add age. I'll add age.
Yeah, do decimal age as of draft. And he and Caleb are like.
Oh, we'll add that for the next
right
one.
Around the same. Yeah.
So let's move to the. So you're saying just his youth and his defense is what gets
his defensive ability is crazy.
I think he's a great rebounder.
He is a really good rebounder. And you'd like to see him be more competent as an offensive player and improve his shooting. But yeah, man, he's just a tank, and then he moves really, really well for his size. So you could see him, adding to his game, and like what he did last year is a guy who like literally should have been in high school. You probably wouldn't even bat an eye if he was in the 2026 class with his age. So yeah, that's where I think the upside is with him.
I can see it. I like that. All right, moving on to the next 5 picks. This is where I think it starts to fluctuate onto the eye of the beholder. By the way, I think Pete's more of a 4. They haven't listed at small forward right here. I think he's more of a 4.
He's definitely more of a 4.
Kind of gives me like Isaiah Stewart vibes.
Oh, dude. Yeah, Caleb Wilson's like a full year older than Jaden Quint.
That's wild. Okay,
yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So right here, how would we go with this? Would you go at 11 Darius Acuff? I think he's the second best point guard.
Yeah, I'm still really intrigued by him. Like his ability to create for himself, his confidence as a shooter. I
like his
really crafty.
Stick.
Yeah, he is. Like he has strength to him for sure. I'm super intrigued by how it's going to look at Arkansas, man.
I think it's a good fit for him though, in terms of.
Yeah, well, you just you wonder because I think he's better than DJ Wagner, but and like the offense will probably be better, but like what's it going to look like with having both of those guys? That's going to be interesting.
Like,
sharing the ball.
Now, who's a guy who I could see fly up boards now that he went to Florida? Boogie Fland. I love Boogie.
I really like Boogie too.
So moving here,
yeah,
you and I aren't Kareem Lopez guys. I have nothing against Kareem Lopez. I just think I think he's a jack of all trades, a master of none, and I don't think he pops athletically enough or physically enough for me to be like.
Yeah.
And he doesn't commit to defense enough either to like.
He's going to really have to shoot it. That's going to be the key.
Literally, and I just don't think that's something I want to really like. It's kind of a project that I don't think I'd want to invest in if I still have other options like a Pete or even an Isaiah Harwell. I actually really like Isaiah Evans too. I think Isaiah Evans is one of the best shooters I've fucking seen in a while, like in terms of like quickness. I've never seen someone shoot as quick as he can sometimes get the ball off.
Mm-hmm. I'm really interested in him having a bigger role this year.
Same.
And like, seeing if he's added to, like last year I felt like he was kind of just a shooter though.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like he could shoot the like.
Oh, he shot lights out. Yeah. Yeah. But like in limited minutes, like you want to see what he looks like with a kind of a bigger sample size as well. And yeah, like it seemed like he took on that role and he played it as well as he could play it. Besides, showing some of the other things that you would like to see, showing the defense that he at times showed in high school, and then contributing other factors of the game.
So who would you go to round out?
Passing, not rebounding. Like you'd like to see him at least contribute there as well.
Who are the last 3 lottery picks?
The last 3 lottery picks. I thought we were kind of doing this together. So give me your guys as well. Like I think Tunde is probably at least on that short list.
I think. Okay, I really like Isaiah Harwell, bro. I really like what he like.
I would take Tunde over him.
Yeah. Who would you take? Tunde?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think so? Isaiah Harwell is interesting to me. I'm not like super sold on him as a
Is it rude that I'm scared that Tunde might be Shabazz Muhammad?
It's not rude.
And I'm not saying they're the same player, but
I mean, he was a lot better athlete than Shabazz Muhammad.
Yeah, but it's a similar situation.
Shabazz was actually stronger. Yeah.
Shabazz was the second or the number 1 player in his class coming out of high school?
Shabazz was the number 1 guy.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I guess Nerlens technically, because Nerlens reclassed late.
Yeah. But you get
Shabazz. Yeah, I mean, Shabazz. The first Hoop Summit I covered practices and the game. Shabazz was the guy for USA.
Do you get that comparison that I'm making? That like
Shabazz still has the Hoop Summit scoring record, by the way.
That's wild, but I'm scared that Tunde might. I know he went to Baylor, and I love that. I love him going to Baylor. They have a great coaching staff that does a good job of teaching guys fundamentals, making sure that they play on both ends of the floor. We've seen it with a lot of the guys who've come into the NBA. Now, what I mean by Shabazz is just if you remember that whole situation, how all that played out. I think
you talked about the age.
No, that. You and I and everybody else can make your own assumptions on what you think about that. I'm not going
to the Shabazz thing, like if you're like, if you remember Shabazz, like
well, the age thing came out a week or 2 before the draft. That's where it was even
it was way before that.
It was way before? I thought okay.
It was a Sports Illustrated article.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was that. Now, what I mean by Shabazz is I think the other thing was Shabazz got exposed at the college level real bad. Like in the sense that, like,
I mean, it is like, yeah, just in terms of his all-around game, and that's why I think Tunde actually kind of excels there. It like has a little bit more of an all-around game than I think you're probably giving him credit for. Like, I think he contributes in more aspects than just scoring. And like the Shabazz was shooting and offensive rebounding. Like that's where he really stood out. It also was like 6'6" with like a 6'11" wingspan.
Who? Tunde?
Shabazz Muhammad.
Yeah. Well, he didn't use that 6'11" wingspan for defense at all.
No, he didn't. But I think Tunde is a pretty decent defender.
Remember Shabazz sucked in the postseason though, and that like there was also questions surrounding his age, but
there weren't questions surrounding his age. They figured out his age.
I know, but like then like wasn't it? But like the whole thing that like dissuade people from wanting to take him.
There were a lot of factors that dissuaded people. And he still went. He was the pick right before Giannis, bro.
14th, last pick in the lottery, and that's what I'm saying is like Tunde. I feel like is like a guy that would probably go 14.
We're at 12 to 14. Like, what are we talking about here?
I know. Well, okay. So this is how I would put it. 12, 13, 14 is I would go Pete.
You like Koa's lottery?
Yeah. Like I like that size. I like that size. I like his size. I like that, and
he's improved as a shooter. Like that's still where I have some concerns with him.
I
is
just
just
think you
like
want.
he's definitely not a wing. When you brought up that he's not a wing, he's not a wing.
He's
I
not a
don't think.
wing. I literally look at him. I kind of see like a little bit of
I think
beef
he has
stew in him.
some perimeter skills and like can handle the ball a bit. But yeah, he's a 4, man, and like probably
What's this Bennett Sturts like hype? A lot of people have him going lottery right
he
now.
was a really fun player last year.
Is that Ben
And
McCollum though?
what's up?
Is it Ben McCollum though? His coach putting him in that
Oh,
position?
yeah. Well, that and then you like if he can do that at the Big Ten level, it's going to be really interesting. And a guy I honestly love and think could be a lottery pick too is Yaxo.
Yes, I think Yaxo could be too. I think
I think he's going to have a great year at Michigan. I know he's a little older, but yeah, like
Dami Sarr could be another.
quality.
Dami Sarr could be also.
Yeah.
Like I actually would rather have Sarr over Tunde personally as of right now.
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
All right.
Good with
So I'll go Sarr right here.
Yeah.
Just because.
Give a little on Sarr from what you saw at Hoops.
Okay, so Sarr, he's not as long as a Bilal Koulibaly, but I think that kind of type of player, that mold, the swingman, he could either be a large two guard who plays kind of like a wing position, who is able to, he seems like someone at the least is going to be killing teams in transition. He's able to guard 1 through 3. He has, correct me, I think it's a 7-foot wingspan, 6'11" wingspan, 6'7" frame,
103/4.
So 7-foot wing.
Pretty much. You guys rounded him down.
That was my boss. So then over here, he also comes from playing for Barcelona. He plays for the national team in Italy, and he's someone who has that feel, the instincts, and the court awareness that you see from guys who come overseas. And all he needs to show is the on-ball creation. If he can do that, I think from a defensive standpoint, once he bulks up, he's guarding 1 through 4. You're getting a guy who has all defensive capabilities while also being right now able to score as a slasher in transition or even the half court when someone creates for him so he can get the ball off a cut and, dribble penetrate. Now he needs to be able to show that from, being the best player or potentially on the team. Obviously, he has to I was going to say, obviously, Cam is probably going to be the best player.
I mean, you have other mouths to feed too, like Caleb Foster. You have Isaiah Evans. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but okay, let me rephrase that. Potentially being the second best player on this team because I think,
you think he can be better than those other guys?
Yeah, I think definitely.
You think he's going to start?
Yes, I think he wouldn't have chosen Duke if he didn't expect to start.
Yes. I mean, I think that's kind of what their expectation was as well.
Yeah, that's kind of
minutes too, man. That's a deep kind of 1 through 3 there.
So moving here to 13, who would you want to go right here, Pete? I just feel like you having a guy like that, it really drops off bigs wise at this point in the draft, quality of players. That I think this is where Pete would go because you wouldn't. I think it's not as many bigs are going to go after this until later in the second.
Yeah. Another guy who I think you need to take into account for Duke is Nick Hemenia.
Bro, I like him, and I told you that. I do
too.
I really do. I think, he's the type of guy, I was going to talk about him in the 15 to 19 range. So let's get these last 2 picks. Would you want to do right here, Pete and Tunde?
Yeah. You're going Tunde with 14, the Shabazz Muhammad pick? Okay.
Yeah. And then, so
why do you feel like I mentioned with Shabazz, he
I don't think Tunde has the ball creation, ball handling skills, or the ability. I think he's going to have a hard time getting his shot at the next level. And when I saw him at Hoop Summit, that guy is the definition of relying on his athleticism a lot.
He does.
And
he's really athletic.
He's really athletic. He's really athletic. I think there's a world where his game ends up, I'm not saying he's going to be used, I think, also kind of like Gary Payton II at college, where he's going to be a pick and roll guard, where he's the rolled man and someone's going to use him as a lob threat and things like that, where I think skill wise, if you believe he's going to be an offensive like dominant player, it's further away than you think. I think he right
Yeah.
now starts off as a guy who you're going to take advantage of his physical tools, and especially on the defensive end and in transition or off ball, while bringing him on very slowly offensively, because I don't know how much he can create off the bounce or dribble penetrate and get to the rim that way at the Big 12.
Dude, I think those are absolutely valid concerns. And yeah, man, I'll be honest. Like these last few picks could absolutely change. Like,
oh yeah,
this is not doing it's a fun exercise, but yeah, man, like I think we're gonna have quite a few changes by the time June rolls around next year.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. So what I was gonna say is, let's run through this as we're already approaching 50. Let's get like the second half of this first round. Who are your next top five? I think really right here, the four guys they show in Sturts. It's Sturts, right? Sturts.
Bennett Sturts? Yeah.
Yeah, Bennett Sturts. I was saying Bennett Sturts, Isaiah Harwell, Kareem Lopez, Isaiah Evans. I think are the four next best prospects right there. And that, like, I don't know in any order, but I do think
let's get Axel at 15.
Yeah, I agree with the Axel going at 15. I think those five guys though are like, if we were to, I do think behind
Take
their
a consensus, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, consensus, like 16, 17, 18, 19. I think you could really see, as of right now, Evans, Lopez, Harwell, Sturts. So I think Isaiah Evans would go.
You like Harwell over Hymenia?
Hymenia? Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Let me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like let's definitely go through it quickly, but yeah, like
let me look at Harwell. What was Harwell's measurements? Harwell's 6'5" or 6'6"?
He's about 6'5" and a half, 6'9" wingspan.
You know what?
I like 6'8" wingspan, by the way.
I like Kemenia, but do you think Kareem would go over Kemenia?
I think now, but I don't know if when the chips all fall where they may. I thought that's what we're trying to do.
Dude, they don't have. Dude, what happened to Nico Bundalo? His stock fell.
Yeah, there are concerns.
What were they?
Just really inconsistent in terms of shooting. He's a little skinny, and yeah.
Really liked Nico as a prospect when I saw him at Adidas camp last year. Like, he killed it.
Yeah.
So for some reason they don't have Nicholas Kemenia on here, so we're just gonna use a placeholder.
Do Alir Malouk.
Who?
Alir Malouk.
Alir.
I saw he was on there.
How do you spell Malouk?
Maluk.
Maluk.
Oh yeah, Hymenia is going to Ole Miss. Yeah, damn.
Bro, first name?
Or not Hymenia, Bundalo.
Oh, Nico. Okay, we'll use Nico. So Nico Bundalo is supposed to be Nicholas Kemenia, and dude, I love his point.
You're using Nico Bundalo as Nico Kemenia.
Yeah. Well, I'll edit it and I'll like probably put like I'll like edit a placeholder like a card over it. So right here at 17, I'm going Isaiah Evans. I don't think he would fall out of the top 20. That's shooting.
Yeah, I mean, he's set to have a good season. And yeah, as we mentioned before, shot the lights out last year.
So
and I think he's going to have more responsibility, and you hope it comes together.
I think Kareem Lopez, you'd have to have a real stinker of a year not to go top 20. I think people want to take a swing on a 6'8", 6'9" guy who could play multiple positions and can handle the ball. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
So do you think Ben Starretts would go top 20?
Bennett Sturts?
Bennett Starretts, yeah. I think a team that if they're in need, he could be kind of like Walter.
I mean, he was a guy that you could run a lot of offense through. Really good shooter.
So right here now
I think he's set up to succeed as well, like you said, with his coach.
20 right here. I think we still have a few guys that are available and they're not listed right in front of us, but this could be a place where we see either a Todd Pettiford. I don't know if the DUI is going to hold him back. LeBaron Philon, a Boogie Flan, a Carter Knox, as all people who could potentially go here. What do you think?
I thought we'd taken Boogie earlier. Yeah, let's have Boogie. Yeah, man. I think he's going to do really well at Florida.
Same. I think he's just going to.
I think if he hadn't gotten hurt this year, like there'd be more noise about him as well.
Oh, I agree. He was
Very
absolutely cooking.
Yeah.
Now, as I said, Carter Knox. We have Isaiah Hardwell. We have Todd Pettiford. We still have LeBaron Philon, who was a borderline first-round prospect.
I'd say let's take LeBaron Philon. I think was another guy who and was a lot of people thought could be a first-round pick this year. Just has a few things to work on, and if that jumper gets a little bit more consistent.
What do you think of Flory?
I wouldn't have him top 30 right now.
Same.
Yeah.
So looking,
I think he's just a little he's a guy who I think you absolutely have to play at center, and he's quite undersized for center.
Yep.
And good athlete, but yeah, he you want to just see a lot more offensive consistency there.
Do you like Braylon Mullins?
I like Braylon Mullins. I'm a little hesitant to have him as like a first-round pick right now.
Todd Pettiford or maybe a Carter Knox right here.
What about Miles Bird, man?
Ooh,
yeah.
I like Miles Bird right here. Good defensive guy. He'll put on some weight this year.
Yeah, I mean that's the one thing holding him back is how skinny he is right now.
Yeah, I agree with that. So then we take off Miles Bird. As I said, there's actually Alex Caravan, Carter Knox, Todd Pettiford. Caravan would have been maybe a lottery pick this year. People were saying if he had stayed in.
Caravan?
Yeah, dude. He had top 20. Dude,
I mean, I like him as a possible first-round pick. I didn't realize people were that high on Alex Caravan.
Yeah, they were huge on him.
Yeah. Who were like?
I think the last time I had him, I think I had him at 14 or 17 before he dropped out.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember him being considered that high this year.
Carter Knox right here, JT Toppin.
Why not have Caravan?
Caravan, I'm down.
Yeah.
I like him. I think somebody's going to take him higher than you think because he's just going to be plug and play.
To me, this seems like the range, but yeah. I've always Caravan's talented as hell, man.
I agree, and he's gotten better every single year.
Yeah.
Now, as we continue to move forward, do you think this is where we see maybe a Braden Burries, or who did I say earlier, the guy at Connecticut?
Braylon Mullins.
Yeah, Mullins.
Yeah. Braden Burries intrigues me. He's an older freshman, but he's a really talented scorer. I think he's gonna have the ball in his hands quite a bit.
I'm trying to see if there's anybody that maybe has fallen down. No. Yeah, this is kind of the range where I would see either a Knox, Harwell, Braden Burries go. What do you think?
Let's do Burries and Knox. Why not?
Burry and Knox. I like that. Now, and this, I do see JT Toppin being somebody's late first. He's such a good offensive rebounder.
I agree. Yeah, man. He's been so effective at the college level. I know I'm kind of worried about him translating, but
I just think he's going to be this undersized forward.
When you get to the late 20s, it's about finding energy guys and
he's one of those
pieces. Yeah.
So I'm going to go JT Toppin there. I think Todd Pettiford is the type of guy that somebody would want to take. Can play defense. Can play
defense. Mr. 6'3" guys suck, and then all of a sudden you choose a 6-foot dude that can play defense. I've always loved Tahad. Great shooter,
pesky,
explosive dude off ahead of steam. Just worry about the size.
But he plays fearless. He's a guy who's been able to pull up, hit threes. I think his game fits what you want to see as a out of all the guards left, by the way, if you were going to take a swing, I would rather take a swing on Pettiford. No offense to Caden Boozer or Sergio De Oliveira. He's a guy that I feel like has a skill that like you're
Shoots the hell out of it, man.
yeah, and I think that's
If you're
hard.
gonna take a small guard, you better shoot the hell out of it. You better cover full court.
Or would you rather
You
take
better
Harwell
pass
right
the-
here?
Let's take Tahad and then Harwell.
What's your prejudice against Harwell?
Honestly, there's another guy in Houston who he might not even be on there, but Kingston Flemings. I think he's gonna have a great year for Houston.
He's
gonna be a freshman.
Not even on my mock, bro.
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
So
Your mock goes to 30 picks, right, bro?
Huh?
Your mock goes to 30 picks, right?
No, it goes to 60.
Your mock goes to a full 60?
Yeah.
Do
Do you think Nicholas out of Dallas would be someone that somebody swings on?
It's certainly possible.
I think he's a foreign guy, one of the four.
Wow.
I think I would take him at like the back end, 29, 30. Like if he already had that buzz coming into here. I know Hans Steinbach is somebody else that people really like.
I
He's
mean, just had a great U19s. Yeah.
Out of like, I wouldn't be. I'd rather take swing on those guys than if like what we're seeing right here.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, is Hans on there?
Hans, yeah.
Nice.
You want to do Hans and Neo as our two?
And Nicholas Avdalis.
Yeah, I really think either Hans, Johan Grulo, or Avdalis are going to be two guys that you're going to see, or one of those out of those three guys are going to climb up draft boards way better than you think.
Yeah.
Neo was already climbing up draft boards. I like how they listed at small forward. I think he's going to be a swing man.
Mm-hmm.
So over here, I do think Alex Condon is going to be someone that goes borderline first. I really Aussie style play. And I would think if you're at the top of the second round, I'd rather have him than low key than Flory.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
So do you think Caden Boozer would be someone people will go for at the top of the second?
Are we doing the second round?
Yeah,
okay.
we'll do it. Let's do popcorn. We'll alternate. Let's alternate. Okay. I just did Alex Condon, and we'll do popcorn.
Yeah, let's take Caden Boozer.
Okay. I really like Malik Thomas. Like, I think
I like Malik Thomas too, but like I think Caden's gonna be surprising, man. Like
no, I was saying for now 33.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Malik Thomas, because I think he could be one of those guys that like pops either at the beginning or halfway through the season, and that will help him climb up draft boards. And I just think he's a guy who, in terms of like size, he's bigger than the other Thomas who plays a guard position. Michael, is it Malik 6'4"?
Bigger than the other Thomas.
Or not Thomas. My apology. Brown. I don't know. Malik Brown and Malik Thomas.
They're honestly about the same size.
Really?
Yeah. I think Michael's wingspan might be bigger than Malik's.
I will say Malik's a little bit more compact.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like he's not as like skinny.
Could be.
I'll go.
He weighs more than him. Yeah. A little strong.
All right. Who would you go 34?
By a ton. Let's go Thomas Houck. Let's stop the drop for him.
Oh my God, I forgot Thomas Houck did.
Yeah. He was huge for Florida. Major reason they won. Showed some of those shooting chops and just ability to kind of do a little bit of everything for the Gators. So yeah,
two things.
To that run.
Why did Bryson Tiller drop as a recruit, and what are your thoughts on JoJo Tugler?
JoJo Tugler is an amazing defensive player who has like a plus 12, plus 11 wingspan differential.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, he's nuts there. Just needs to, and like is going to play center and can because he has a 7'6" wingspan. But yeah, he just is a guy that you'd like to see do a little bit more on offense. And then why Bryson Tiller fall? I think part of it is he got hurt quite a bit, and then didn't he sort of reclassed and went to Kansas, right?
Yeah.
And like just didn't play at all. So I think people don't really know what to expect.
Well, no,
He was
no,
also
no. This is his first year. He's a freshman.
yeah, but like didn't he get there early? Wasn't he like playing? Because he didn't really play high school last year.
Bryson Tiller. No, like he went to OT and
No, he didn't play OTE last year though.
No, but like he's still has not played at Kansas.
No, I know. I think he was there though.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
By the way, is Mohamed Diakite related to Mamadi Diakite?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's just a common last name, but I'm not completely sure.
So,
yeah. So, you took JoJo Tugler?
Yeah, just because like I think he's a freak of nature that he would not make it past the early second round.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna take
that. I know he didn't necessarily. Oh my God, they have Hugo Fakara on the list.
Yeah, no, wasn't that wild?
That is a very wild one. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh, your Kingston Flemings is right here. Why didn't he pop up when I searched them?
Great question. I want to take Kingston Flemings. Yes.
There you go, Kingston.
Back-to-back Houston Cougars.
All right, so dude, I think Andrea Kostic, who's going to K-State, is a guy that people have not been paying attention. He's coming from, I believe, is it Mega? Yeah, he's Serbian, but white kid, 6'6" with a 6'10" wingspan, almost 200 pounds, wing. It's the foreign invasion. You know, what was it? When the Beatles came, the English invasion.
Beatlemania?
It was Beatlemania. Yeah. But listen to this. Last year, he played for Red Star youth team. His stats combined, he also played in Liga ABA. But if I just across all teams in 2024 to 25, this includes the youth team and the VTB Super Cup and the Serbian RK Cup because Red Star had a bad year. He averaged 13.8 points on 43.4% and shot 6 threes a game at 36.5% with 2.5 rebounds and almost 3 assists a night. I think he's somewhat.
You can't combine the junior stats with the senior.
Yeah, I know. So let's go. What? Well, dude, he just played shit. Not shit. Like he played shit minutes, and he played only in.
I know, but you can't combine the junior stats with the.
I know. Okay.
Super misleading.
You're right. Yeah, I know. Okay, in his 3 games in Junior Liga ABA, he averaged 20 points and 5 assists and 3.5 rebounds, and then in 29, I guess, KK Dynamic, which is the second division of Serbia, he scored 16.5 points on 43% and 35% from 3 on 7.5 attempts, 3 assists, 3 rebounds a night with almost a steal game. Again, a second division.
Yeah. Are you taking him?
No, I can't.
Okay. You're just bringing him out?
I brought him out. I thought it was going to be more. People really like Jalen Harrelson. I don't see it. I'm sorry.
Jalen Harrelson?
Yeah, Harrelson. I don't see it. Ian Jackson. I took Ian Jackson. He's someone who could go to St. John's.
I like that. Yeah.
Your turn.
Interesting. Okay. I'm still intrigued by Donnie Freeman, man. I don't know what it is.
Why do you fall?
I think defensively, like I saw that on Tankathon he was like 0.5 blocks and 0.5 steals per 36.
That's pretty bad.
That's not good. But yeah, like I still think that there's a lot of skill there and size, athleticism, like, you know, and always kind of thought he could maybe get that shooting together too.
I understand that. I mean, he was hyped up as like a guy that was supposed to be, you know, one of the best forwards in his draft class, and we know how that went. So, Now, I'm going to go right here. The best foreign guard, Sergio de la Rea. He's playing for Valencia. He is an incredible live dribble passer. He's 6'5" or 6'6". He's a guy who can pass, from anywhere, either off the dribble, sideline out of bounds, outlet passes. He is arguably one of the best passers here. He's got a decent 3-point shot. He's got the size to be an okay defender. It's still a question. And he was also I don't think a natural scorer, but in terms of guard play, I think someone's going to take him to either stash him or to bring him over. Who you got?
So we already took Braden Berries and we already took Nick Hemenia, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. Darren
Reed was flying upwards last year, and then he kind of stagnated. Mackenzie Mbako.
Oh man, yeah. He was always a guy I was pretty intrigued with coming through the high school process too. Let's take
Andreas Stojakovic.
You do such a wonderful job with Sergio De La Rea, and then you do Andreas Stojakovic.
Andreas Stojakovic. I just butchered
Andreas Stojakovic.
Andreas Stojakovic.
That'd be the guy. He would be a guy I would consider. I'm gonna go with Mackenzie Mbako.
Mackenzie, all right. Okay, Malachi Monreino has the ugliest shot in the world.
Yeah, you're not really expecting him to shoot a lot, I think.
Yeah. So right here, man, it really slims up in the second round.
That's what second rounds are doing, especially with the amount of guys who are going back.
I know.
To school. So it's probably going to be worse than what we have right now.
Would you do Braden Smith solo ball or
dude, I love Braden Smith.
I love Braden Smith. So good.
He's awesome. Talk about a TJ McConnell type guy. That could totally be him.
Yeah, he really gives off that energy.
Oh, he's a stud.
Braden Smith's going right there for me, 41.
Yeah, I think that's a great pick.
Dude, I really like Otega Owe. His body. He's got a good frame.
He does. He's not going to be my pick here. I'm going to take another small guard who I think is going to have a fantastic season. Robert Wright.
Robert
Wright. Rounding out that if they don't have Rob Wright, I'm going to be so mad. Come on. Have Rob Wright. Have Rob Wright, bro.
I don't know how they don't have Rob Wright.
That's crazy. It's too bad. So I think Rob Wright, first off, had an amazing freshman year with Baylor. It was such a bummer because, to me, he clearly should have been a McDonald's All-American, but they could only have 3 per team. So he and both didn't make it.
Really?
Yeah. It was Flag McNeely Queen. And yeah, he played on a team where 4 guys just went in the first round, and he was not the 5th best player on that team when he was in high school. So yeah, he's I think he's gonna have a great year. He's definitely small, but a lot of what you want in a point guard, and just love the toughness, love his ability to run a team, and crafty dude. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Rob Wright, and you can just choose a guy to be Rob Wright.
Who are you? Ty Grant Foster as Rob Wright, because Ty Grant Foster, I don't know how does he still have eligibility?
You're right.
Yeah, how does he have eligibility? When I saw, I was like, bro, I met you.
That's amazing.
Dude, you were at Kansas during my freshman year, and it wasn't even your freshman year. Okay,
that's fantastic.
But he was in college before I was in college, and he's still in college.
That's something. Who you going
Tyler
with?
Harris.
Going with
Do you like Tyler Harris?
Harris?
Do you like Tyler Harris? What's your thoughts on him?
I'm a little apprehensive. He's never really like put it all together. He's got good size. You know, he's shown some shooting flashes.
Do you think this is too early?
Skills. So yeah, I mean, he's going to the best conference he's been in so far with the SEC.
I went Johan Grunlo instead.
It's going to be really kind of a crucial part there. Oh, you're going Johan Grunlo instead of Tyler Harris?
Yeah, just because Grunlo actually has like stuff. You put it on tape, and even if he sucks at Virginia, I still think he would be a second-round pick because of what he's done overseas.
I'm going to go with Cam Williams if he's available. Cam with a K.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm going to just use Mikey right here, but Cam Williams going to Kentucky, right?
Yeah. Transfer from Tulane.
Yep.
Will be a sophomore. Like made almost 2 threes a game at 41%. Think he's going to get a good opportunity to show off at Kentucky and see if he can maintain that shooting ability. But yeah, like about 6'8" as well. Intriguing player.
What's your thoughts on Magoo Gwath or whatever?
Magoo Gwath? I mean, athletic dude, good rim protector, kind of one of those floor rim runner type guys.
You think someone take a flyer on him?
There's certainly a chance. He's just also like, very skinny.
Yeah.
But so he like stood out when you watched San Diego State last year. I'm sure.
So Patrick Ngumba, is it how you say it?
Patrick Ngumba. Yeah.
He was supposed to be like a 5-star. He's been buried behind. He's another guy that I think could be a breakout.
It wasn't that he was like, I think he was kind of in the 5-star territory. Now, the thing with Ngumba is he gets hurt a lot. So like over the past couple years, he's been hurt quite a bit. You'd like to see maybe slightly better conditioning, but really talented dude. And like, came out of the takeover program, played at Paul 6 as well. I thought like showed some really good stuff in backup minutes last year at Duke. I think he'd be a good pick.
Yeah, I think someone would take the flyer on him. Also, no, that's not the one that I knew. Mustafa Loom was the other one. I saw a guy. You know Mustafa Loom? Franks Phillips College, bro?
Yeah.
What about Khalil Stillman on Toledo?
One thing I'm gonna have to do is find like possible risers and like when Luke Wynn used to do the great article for Sports Illustrated where he try and find guys who did really well analytically in very few minutes and see if they would be kind of risers in next year's draft. I still need to do my due diligence on that one.
So right here, should we go? Where would you go? This is up to you. I just took.
This is mine. Okay, let's do Tomislav Ivicic and just I thought he had a good freshman year.
What would you say, Tomislav
Ivicic?
How do you wait? Who?
Ivicic? What other way do you want me to pronounce it, Cyro?
Am I just not remember the guy you're saying?
He's literally the guy at the top.
Wait, that's how you say his name?
How do you say it?
Tomislav Ivicic? Tomislav Ivicic?
Yeah, I probably butchered it.
Okay, I was sitting here like
I know his brother is the higher kind of rated guy, but I thought Tomislav played better, and now they're going to play together anyway.
Yeah. You think someone would take a flyer on Malachi or Flory or Magoo at this point, or Zuby?
Up to you, man.
None of them stand out. I feel like all those guys would just stay in college and just keep cashing checks till they can.
Possible.
I think Cannon Catchings has more of an NBA body.
Where'd Cannon end up at?
BYU.
He's still there?
Says
I thought he was transferring.
he stayed.
I guess he stayed. Yeah.
All right, I'm going Cannon.
Oh no, committed to Georgia.
I like that. I'll take him.
Yeah.
You're up.
Yeah. Yeah, he's at Georgia now. Well, they need to update that. I'm gonna go with Magoon Guaf.
I really like Otego away right here, just body type. If he does go into the draft, he's just someone that could play both sides of the ball.
Do it,
Or do
brother.
you think he's just gonna stay in college for forever?
No, yeah, I don't know if he can anymore. Like, isn't he out of eligibility?
After the season? Yeah, I don't even know
Yeah, he
anymore. Bro.
was. Yeah. Like Otega's been in college.
He can't. He
Last
returned.
year was his junior year, correct?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if he could, unless they're making it 5 years. But yeah, he's played like.
He went back. He withdrew. He withdrew from the draft.
Yeah. No, I know. He's played 96 college games.
Wow.
Like going into this year.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Who you got now? 50.
I am going to take. Let's go with Henry Visar. Transferred to North Carolina. Always showed a little something in the minutes he was getting in Arizona. So
I want to do solo ball. I think he's just been a guy who has just grinded his way through college and another year at UConn. Yeah, second year at UConn, right? Third year at UConn. I just think it's just going to help him get up in stock. You? What's your 52?
52. I am going to choose. You know what? I'm going to go with one of your Jayhawks. Let's go with Trey White.
Trey White.
Yeah. Transfer from Illinois. Just think he's like a solid roll wing.
All right. Now I'm thinking. Why do they have Zuby at small forward?
No idea.
All right. I just don't think Stojakovic is gonna ever enter the draft until they twist his arm and say you have no eligibility at this point.
Possibly.
It just seems like that. He keeps transferring colleges because didn't he already transfer from California now? And he's not in Illinois.
Yeah, he's in Illinois.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think Michael Rusich, because he didn't enter the draft, he withdrew, and he didn't go to college. I think this is going to be the year he does it. All right. You.
Cool. Let's go with. Shoot, man. Slim pickings, as you said. Let's hit Seth Trimble. Seth Trimble.
How's Trimble not on here? He was.
I don't know.
Man, gonna make edits left and right on this thing.
I liked what he showed last year at UNC. And
Chase McCarty is Seth Trimble.
Sounds good to me.
So you liked what he did last year? Is he still at Houston?
Yeah, man. What's up?
Is he still at Houston or did he transfer?
He's at UNC.
UNC, sweet.
Yeah.
That'll be good for him.
No, he's been at UNC the whole time.
It says he's at Houston now. Oh, wait. I'm an idiot. Just ignore me. Just ignore me.
Okay.
I don't know why I just read Chase McCarty's thing thinking it was Seth Trimble. We're just going to ignore that I did that. Now, for me, I think Dylan Mitchell is going to be finally forced to leave college after this year.
Yeah.
Isn't he like 6'10"?
Won't he be out of eligibility as well, though? Like,
I think he's a guy that people will, he was always, the first 2 years he tried to go into the NBA, he was a second round guy. that could be an older prospect that people will want to take a swing on?
Dylan Mitchell's played 107 college
That's
games.
absurd. That's not right.
No, the thing with Dylan Mitchell is like the shooting was always going to be something that, was pretty tough to come by. He's just not a confident shooter. Really good athlete, but like not really an ideal size for the main positions he plays. And then like when he was at Montverde, they realized they were best when he played center.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of that undersized big that isn't necessarily like big enough to do that at the next level. But yeah, I think he'll be given every opportunity to do that this year at St. John's, right?
Yeah, that's the hope. So,
dude, Motius Krivas from Arizona.
Oh, okay. He's a big, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's from Lithuania, huge dude. Liked his limited minutes this year at Arizona.
What did you think of Ade Mara?
Ade Mara, he improved a ton this year. Really worried about the lack of foot speed.
He's so slow.
Yeah. So like that, as far as NBA translation, he's the guy who's always just gonna get numbers because he's 7'3" with like a 7'8" wingspan and 9'8" standing reach, But I worry about the foot speed at the NBA, and I think the offense was always like a little overrated because it played well at the youth levels and everything like that. And, we'll see, man, because Michigan's got a pretty crowded front court there too.
No, I agree. I took Momo Faye. He's a guy who can guard both front court positions. Might be a little bit undersized for the center position, but he's the type of guy that people are going for at the NBA level. Athletic, can guard multiple positions, has a decent 7-foot plus wingspan on the 6'10" frame, and is playing pro ball in Italy.
Yeah.
What's your second to last pick?
Let's take Dalen Swain.
Dylan.
Just transferred to Texas.
How do you spell Dylan?
Dalen. It's DAILLYN. Swain. SWAIN.
Oh.
Yeah.
Swain. I know which one. How is Swain not on here?
Oh.
I'm amazed by this. Dylan, I know exactly. I did not know it was pronounced Dylan.
Dalen Swain.
We're just gonna put Dylan Andrews. Dylan Andrews is Dylan Swain. Cyro, make that edit. I'm gonna put cards over it.
That's awesome. Love that idea.
So, I think
who's your last pick, Cyro?
I think Yosin Sanon. He's someone. Yosan Sanon. He was someone that people liked in the pre-draft process this past year. He's got NBA size. I just think someone at the end of the draft would take a flyer on him.
He's a shooter.
Okay, so that was the last pick. Because the final pick is actually forfeited.
Oh man! So I can't take my beloved Nathan Biddle.
Nathan Biddle would have been. You would have taken him for the 60th pick.
That's who would have been my guy.
Okay.
I'm hoping he has. I think he's gonna have a great season at Oregon. He got hurt during his junior year, so was able to get an extra year of eligibility. And I thought he was one of the best players in the Big Ten this year. 7'6" wingspan. You'd like to see a little bit more consistency, a little more confidence in his shooting, but yeah, man, he got a lot done this year.
Exactly. Real quickly, MJ Rice is supposed to be Elijah Arenas. Nico Bundalo is supposed to be Nicholas Kamina.
Nicholas Hamenia. You don't pronounce the K. Yeah.
Okay, Hamenia. And I think the rest of the first round is how. Yeah, that's fine. And then the second round, just so I note to myself, I know Mikey Williams is Cam Williams. Chase McCarty was supposed to be The guy that you just said didn't transfer. He's played all few years at one college.
Seth Trimble.
Seth Trimble. Dylan Andrews is. You just took him away with the last.
Galen Swain.
And then we're gonna go. I'm trying to remember who Ty and Grant Foster is supposed to be. So hard right now. I know.
Oh my gosh. Why did we forget about that?
I know. He was the one. We got all of them. The Ty and Grant Foster.
I thought you were writing it down. Damn it,
I know. I said it out loud. It was somebody.
Yeah.
I'll remember.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Cyro will insert himself right here and tell you who it is. Thank you, past Cyro, for doing that. Or future Cyro. All right. So
good times, man.
Good times. If you guys made it to the end.
Let's see what changes in the next even month or so,
Yeah, definitely.
As we get more info.
If you made it to the end, go check Mikey's stuff out. Links in the description. And hit that like and subscribe button and go follow Mikey. Ciao.
Thank you.